This design calls for a polygonal space, and there's a seat running through here, and the design calls for some little paving stones put as indicators of where people might sit if they're using this space, but they would enter through a paved area through here with some planned crazy paving in the middle, but we want some mass planting through here, and it gets very tedious to put mass planting in an area such as that. What I've drawn is a closed polyline. If you select it, see I've just drawn it very crudely. What we're interested in doing is using the patterning tool in gCADPlus to apply patterning through here. So let's try it. gCADPlus pattern, we've called it pattern ground cover. I think we'll change that name to just pattern symbol. So let's pick the symbol, that's the first prompt, and then we're asked to select a closed boundary line, which I've now done, and now we're asked for an input, a distance. So we need to indicate the spacing between the symbols here. So we'll sort of click there, then we'll move away, and we'll have a spacing of about that distance. The final prompt says input a patterning angle. Now, if I look at, I've got a construction line running through there at about 50 or 60 degrees. I can't recall exactly what it is, but if we try 60, that will put the patterning in at an angle of 60 degrees through there. And you can see it does a fairly good random job. And once that's done, you can, of course, delete the bounding polyline that denoted the area. So we've done some massed planting in there. Now, if I'd drawn the polyline closer to the boundaries of my rather formal shape that delineates this area, I could have had the planting going closer. But I hope you'll agree that that's a much quicker way of applying a large number of patterns. It requires you to have a symbol. This has to be a symbol. We've called it columbarium 2, and I can now erase that or just in fact move it into some other space in the design like so. And there's no, to fine tune, you can just copy little symbols there. It's possible to put some variation into those symbols using another tool, but that's a topic for a different movie. So I hope you can see there are some advantages in learning to use the patterning tool.